Chapter 6. As Captain Zavis entered the war room, he was struck by the commanding presence of Chapter Master Volix, a true son of Nocturne and living embodiment of Vulcan's legacy. The Chapter Master's massive frame dwarfed even his fellow Astartes, his dark emerald power armor catching the flickering candlelight in a way that made the ancient ceramite seem alive. The twin power fists that were Volix's trademark weapons hung at his sides, the right one modified with an integrated flamer, a combination that had proved devastating in the close quarters fighting their chapter excelled at, allowing him to alternate between crushing blows and purifying flame without switching weapons. The custom bull-headed helm with its impressive horns sweeping out from the sides rested on the war room's central table, its red eye lenses dimmed. As Volix turned to face him, the golden implants in his forehead, marks of decades of service to the Imperium, caught the light. His ebony features, darkened further by the fires of their homeworld Nocturne, bore fewer scars than Zavis's own face, but each one told a story of battles fought in humanity's name. Despite his fearsome appearance, there was an artist's precision in how he moved, a trait common to their chapter's finest artificers. "Brother Captain," Volix's deep voice resonated through the chamber, carrying the volcanic undertones common to those raised on Nocturne. "Your research teams have been busy, very busy indeed." The dragons on Zavis's robes seemed to respond to the Chapter Master's presence, their patterns shifting more rapidly in the candlelight as he gave the traditional salute of their chapter. Captain Zavis stood rigidly at attention before his Chapter Master, his robes falling still despite the restless dragon patterns woven into them. His augmetic eye remained fixed forward as he delivered his report with military precision. "My lord, over the past months our brothers have experienced increasingly frequent shared visions. These manifest as dreams of orange skies, blood moving against gravity, and whispers in what appears to be ancient High Gothic. Initial investigation began with brothers Marcus and Keaton in the Librarium, but has since expanded to nearly a dozen battle brothers all reporting similar experiences. Our research has uncovered correlations between these visions and historical records of the Revelator fleet's last known coordinates in the Nephilim sector. The blood patterns from our visions, when overlaid with current star charts, align perfectly with a cluster of systems that show no record of existing during the Great Crusade era. Brother Librarian Keaton believes these visions are more than simple warp phenomena. However, my lord, prolonged void travel has made it difficult to distinguish genuine psychic phenomena from potential void influence. Brother Apothecary Thaddeus has recommended planetfall to ensure our minds are clear before proceeding further. The port stop at Solaris Majoris will allow 3 days for proper rest and neural recovery. During this time, we intend to have the astrologers cross-reference our findings with both historical and current stellar cartography. There is also the matter of several ancient texts requiring verification from the port's archives, particularly regarding the Helios effect documented by Explorator Fleet Gamma 7. In summary, my lord, something is calling to our chapter specifically, using Imperial methods of communication, yet predating the Great Crusade. We seek to understand what awaits us in the Nephilim sector, but wish to approach it with clear minds and proper preparation. Throughout his report, Zavis maintained perfect parade ground posture, as befitting an officer addressing his chapter master, despite the whispers that even now echoed in his mind. Captain Zavis's rigid posture softened slightly as Chapter Master Volix circled him, the heavy bootsteps of the massive emerald power armor echoing through the war room. Though Zavis maintained his forward gaze as protocol demanded, his augmetic eye registered each movement as his commander completed his circuit around him. When Volix finally came to stand before him again, the Chapter Master's ebony features, darkened by the fires of Nocturne, broke into a knowing smile. He set his impressive bull-headed helm on the nearby tactical display, its large horns casting long shadows in the candlelight, before placing one power fist on Zavis's shoulder. "At ease, my friend," Volix's deep, volcanic voice resonated through the chamber. "It is good you have done all this on your own." The golden implants in his forehead gleamed as he continued. "I went over the report of the battle you had." He paused meaningfully, the right power fist's integrated flamer catching the light. "And a lost brother. You seem to have no need to look for trouble, brother." His smile widened. "It seems to find you just fine." The dragons on Zavis's ceremonial robes stirred at the chapter master's touch, their cloud-wreathed forms seeming to respond to the presence of their ultimate commander. Despite Volix's fewer scars, his presence dominated the room, his massive frame towering even over his fellow Astartes. Here stood a true son of Vulcan, his charcoal skin and artificing skills a testament to their chapter's heritage. The weight of the power fist on his shoulder was substantial, a reminder of both the crushing force their chapter master could bring to bear and the careful precision with which he wielded it. From that enormous emerald-armored frame came the perfect balance of warrior's might and artificer's wisdom that their chapter strived to embody. "I called you here because it seems with all that is going on, we need to shift some tactics," Chapter Master Volix continued, his volcanic voice carrying the gravity of command. The massive emerald power armor shifted as he moved to the tactical display, his right power fist's integrated flamer gleaming in the dim light. "We don't know what we are going into, and I have no desire to forfeit the lives of our brothers to fight an unknowing shadow." The bull-headed helm on the display seemed to watch them both as Volix's ebony features turned thoughtful, the three golden implants in his forehead catching the candlelight. His charcoal skin, darkened by the fires of Nocturne, bore the stern expression of a commander weighing heavy decisions. "So I am talking with some other officers," he continued, towering over the tactical display. "And they think you are the one to head up this new front we have." The dragons on Zavis's robes stirred at these words, their cloud-wreathed forms seeming to respond to the weight of the moment. The chapter master's words carried implications that could reshape their entire approach to the mystery before them. Here was a shift from simple investigation to something more formal, more focused, and potentially more dangerous. Even as Volix spoke, his massive frame casting long shadows across the war room, the whispers in Zavis's mind seemed to grow more insistent, as if responding to this new development in their quest for answers.